Double gen pop to avoid the deadlock. They do go down. There is a haste status effect. They do have to be careful here. The hatch is going to spawn momentarily. Deadhard could get them the distance to get it too. Shot.
Really smart play on the ace. Oh my god, getting shot through the window.
No longer have distortion, and they are going to teleport here. I think they get there in time. Yes!
Oh, the grab! Yes!
Oh my god!
That is disappointing.
This is be a 4-man out because.
Yeah, but they will be able to block this. Yo, getting caught on that. Ace coming with the body block. Oh, they were here. Welcome back, everybody, to Champions of the Fog. I'm your host, littlerugaard, and once again, joining me is none other than Commissioner Giltspire. Have you collected yourself? Are you back? And are you ready for round number 2? That was exhausting.
It was a lot to say the least, because holy hell, like we have not really got a chance to kind of unwind. We got a little bit of like the match setup to kind of take a breather, but man, that last match, if you guys were not able to see it, the VOD will be up right now and over on YouTube next week, so definitely make sure to check that out. But it was a very intense match between Death Wish and Modern Retro. But with that being said, we are jumping right on in, this time with Millennium versus the reigning champs, Odium. So let's see what these matches are going to look like, as we are going to be seeing a nurse on ARP from Millennium right off the bat.
Absolutely, and once again, unto the breach, my friends, into the fire, out of the furnace, and another beautiful corrupt spawn, it looks like, for this nurse. I would be absolutely terrified of dealing with a nurse on ARP. Like, granted, yes, you got a lot of room to, like, you know, dodge, block line of sight, but who wants to deal with a 3-gen against the most brutal killer of all time? Like, seriously.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. We did see some scratch marks there, but Nurse looking to ignore them, trying to bottleneck these survivors, making sure that they aren't able to get past them for the first 2 minutes of the match. But looks like they are going to commit to this chase here now, though, on the ace.
Indeed, Ace can be running away as much as possible. Good line of sight blocking, a little bit of doubling back, and they do get the first hit. And it looks like they're going to be running into the main building. Oh, no window on this side. They have to run around the outside. Ace might be caught out here. No Deadhard, and that is a very early down, 1 minute into the game, and first hook incoming. Any scourge hooks? Scourge hooks in chat?
Really, really strong start, to say the least. And Nurse trying to find a hook to get to, and even better yet, seeing a survivor make their way towards the active generators, as Corrupt and Vengeance still has another 45 seconds left until it does expire.
Oh, David might be a little bit out of position. I don't know. I think they didn't realize that they scared a crow, and so Nurse got a little bit of a signal there. Survivors are aware that there is now 10% slowdown. Thanatophobia is in play, opting to blink and go for somebody else inside. I think this is the Nancy. Oh, this gen is almost done.
They heard the gen and knew that they had to go for the pop goes the weasel, regressing by another 20 seconds. David already healed up, though, I will point out.
Not quite able to get that blink there, and so they will be able to get a little bit of distance. Yeah, David got a very quick heal there, and going after the Nancy. They do get this hit after the second blink, and Nancy's going to go into the corner. I imagine that central gen will be done momentarily. Still 10% slowdown. Good mind game there. Survivors are just really practiced against Nurse.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing, right? If you're just practicing against Nurse, then really good plays. We see Nancy even going for the locker tech there, trying to extend the chase a little bit, missing the hit. And we do see Rancor going on.
I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, when was the last time we saw Rancor? Rancor was experimented with, you know, as a combination with sometimes No Way, but mostly with No Way Out. But since then, I don't think we've seen much Rancor.
Yeah, we definitely have not. I think Survivor's definitely being a lot smarter. And a lot of times where we saw Rancor, we saw like the obsession being the first Survivor to die in the match. I think for that reason alone, we saw less and less Rancor used within comp. But now, seeing it here again today, let's see if it gets some value.
Absolutely. As I imagine, Nia has called that out to her teammates. And so we'll have to see, because they haven't hooked Nia yet. So as of right now, it hasn't stood the test. But I imagine as soon as you see that's like, all right, Nia, you're the one that's going to annoy the nurse the most today. Pushing the David off, but not going for it.
There could be some shenanigans with For the People. We've seen For the People used quite often.
True.
And we do see this gen about to pop off. David throwing down the firecrackers early, trying to catch the nurse on the blink, unable to do so, and will take a hit.
Yeah, Nurse doing a really good job there, seeing the firecracker drop and not wanting to get light burned there, just waiting a couple extra seconds. Beautiful blink. I think they actually got stuck a little bit on the geometry, but it worked out for them, and that's gonna be first hook for the Davids. 3 survivors hooked so far, so making good work of the maximizing the points here, as that is worth 3 points for each first hook. Why are they not hooking there? Is this a Scourge hook? Wait, we've seen all the perks though.
Yeah, we've seen all the perks and no Scourge hook, just often saying, you know what, I think this is the better hook to hook them on, kind of more centralized within these gens here. That might be the thought process. We do see another gen pop and 2 snapshots of survivors. Yeah, there's the Nancy still broken from the deliverance, and that will be the down on DMR1.
Yeah, they're gonna opt to just go for the pickup. No decisive strike, as I mean, with this much time going on, yeah, it would have been like 59 seconds anyway. They had to have been doing so. You don't want to waste that much time. Second hook coming in for Nancy here. They did get the unhook on David. 3 gens left to go. 3 gen has not been, I was about to say touched. It has not been broken. They have, oh, 3rd gen popping as well. This gen, however, is gonna get a pop, goes the Weasel. Can the survivors break the 3 gen? I don't know if they can. The chase has been just so quick.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is definitely a tall order. Is it possible? Yes. However, they're going to be having to play really, really well here, where they're going to be having to take a hit, run to shack, rinse, repeat, kind of set up that heal station that we've seen time and time again on maps like Suffocation Pit, ARP, where survivors kind of grind out the match.
Absolutely, and survivors are making their way back here. I don't even know if they can get this unhook for free. Yeah, it's going to be a hook trade at the very least. Unless someone else besides David is back. We saw someone on the same side. No, they are going to be able to sneak someone in from the back, and there will be an unhook. Do you go for the tunnel?
Yeah, that's the question. Will the nurse risk the decisive strike? We see Nia there trying to go for the light burn, stopping the nurse from blinking. Nurse not really carrying all too much.
No.
Will down the Nancy, but now having to wait for the potential decisive strike.
Indeed, and Nia sticking around probably to drop that pallet on the survivor. And they will be leaving. Survivor's coming in. Oh, did they see the David?
I think they saw the David, but I think
Too
they
late.
think that there's going to be decisive. No decisive strike either.
Uh-oh. They need to get that last gen done, because there's a very good chance they may not be able to break this 3 gen now. To be fair, they have a chance to Never mind. Well, they can pop this. Never mind. I don't know. This is so tough. It's going to be really close.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a very, very close match, though. They'll get that on the ace, trying to get that Thanatophobia stack, and we'll go back to the gen for a pop. Goes Weasel, once again regressing it by another 20%. And now checking behind the main building, seeing if there's a survivor back here trying to break the 3 gen. Honestly, if I'm the survivors, they just need to set someone up on the other side and get that last gen just for the additional points alone.
I would tend to agree. They need to pop that one because they know that they can get it. I'm wondering, would it have been more optimal for these survivors, instead of trying to come in for the pallet save? We saw at least one peel off of that gen to come in. Would have been better just to try and commit to the gen and finish it off. I don't know.
I think that would have been the play, but you know, everything is clear when looking back. But with David going down here, there's a possibility that they get that gen on the far left. Not to mention, this hook is a little bit further away than one might think. David might get off their shoulder.
I don't know. It's gonna be very close if they're able to get this hook or not. The question is, I think you're right. I think they can get that gen in the corner done, but here's the problem. If they have not started the gen on the other side of the map and they finish this one with a 3v1, the nurse might just be able to like shore up the, they haven't finished that gen, never mind. But I say they could shore up this match anyway. It's a 3v1, and you, like, I don't know. This gen is not going to be done anytime soon, though. Second pop goes the Weasel on it, and again, 10% with Thanatophobia. I think we might be seeing a 4K here, folks.
Yeah, I think you are right, which is going to be a very tall order for the artist following up here for Odium. Is going to have to match in order to, at the very least, get the tie, let alone the win at a 4K at 3 gens remaining.
Absolutely. We will have to see as... Oh no, I did not realize the Nia was back here. She has to have Iron Will, right?
It would seem like it. Nurse just kind of catching a peek of the Nia as we do see the down. We will see that the last generator on the other side of the map was completed.
You can't
leaving
hook this,
the
though.
3-gen over here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you're
can't
right.
That's why the Nia was over here. If she got caught out, they get an escape. That is so tricky. And the Ace hasn't... No, Ace has been hooked. Nia hasn't been hooked. Wait, no, that's a hook bug, isn't it? Nia has been hooked, hasn't she?
Let me double check real quick.
No, she hasn't.
I do believe the Nia has not been hooked. You are right. So Nia has not been hooked. Honestly, they do have enough time to hook the Nia and go over to Shaq. So I think this could be the right play.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, if Nia was second stage, yeah, this would be an issue. But we have seen Deliverance. Deliverance was on Nancy. They are gonna go for a central hook though. They don't make this.
No way. Yeah, no way in hell.
Unless you got like Iron Grass 2.0. Yeah, the window.
Basically Iron Grasp. I think not, friend. I think not. And Nia, all they're gonna do. No, they didn't run back into main. They are heading towards Shaq side. They might have Ace set up on a gen.
That is a very possibility. However, now going down on this side, now you don't have the chance of hatch. However, what do the exit gates look like? Every time it comes down to this, what do the exit gates look like? On ARP, you do have a potential for an absolutely impossible exit gate to hold down. Nope, no, never mind. There are no exit gates on the side of the map, so yeah, the nurse should be able to hold this down. However, they do have to close hatch and get back to the other side of the map. I don't know. This could be close. There could be an escape.
Yeah,
or like you said, finish the gen.
Possibility. The nurse has so many potential variables going throughout their mind. You see a med kit here, probably the Ace trying to make themselves as difficult to see as possible.
Med kit at 5. Med kit at 5.
I guess here Ace just needs to sit on a gen, right?
That's 7.
Just finish out that gen.
Yeah. They have the time. It's only one stack of Fanatophobia. They definitely have the time to do it. However, that would let the nurse know where you are. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. If you finish that exit, the exit gate's over there. You can't rush across there because if the Ace gets back and gets the hatch, I don't know. You would think you'd be doing the gen right now, but I guess, I mean, obviously, we have a better knowledge of what's going on because we're spectating. The survivors might not know that might be an option. They might just be saying, let's just try. Yeah, hatches on this side. I don't think the nurse can get to the exit gate in time.
Yeah, I guess that's a good question. I think
is it worth the 2 points though?
Yeah, like, is it worth the 2 points of getting the last gen, or could you potentially get the escape?
They're leaving.
And nurse not going for the hatch. This is
they smell
huge.
This. They smell that the Ace isn't over there, and they're saying they must be on an exit gate. They must have read what's going on. They're like, they're not doing a gen. They must be setting up for an exit gate play. However, once
but
Ace...
Nurse now runs a huge risk.
True, if the Ace reads this as well and able to sneak past.
Yeah,
I don't
Nurse
think this is the play.
Looking around desperately. Yeah, this is a huge gamble on both sides. Nurse desperately trying to find where the Ace is. A Crow went off there. That wasn't the nurse.
Yeah, however, I do know that crows do technically like reset. I think that might have been a reset crow. Yeah, look, the crow immediately came back, so it wasn't a 20-second. I don't know. I'd be scared if I was this nurse. I'd go back and close that hatch. I would take the gamble at this point.
Yeah, she's just trying to identify where this Ace is, kind of holding this middle area. I mean, once again, I mean, if you're the Ace here and you're kind of worried about the situation, you could just do that gen behind main or there in that corner and complete it for those extra 2 points. I mean,
True.
2 points will go a very long way. We saw how 2 points was the defining factor of one of the sets last match. So, I don't know. I think no matter what, the nurse has put themselves into a lose-lose scenario.
True. However, I will say, getting 2 points for yourself is great, but if you get 2 points for yourself by escaping and getting those 2 points and then denying the nurse 3 points, I think that is the stronger win. But also, I swear I saw Ace hiding behind a tree. I thought I saw his sleeve sticking up, but I can't tell. Are we about to stall out here as neither side wants to make the move? Like, Ace won't get crows. He'll be able to walk around enough that Ace won't get crows.
Yeah, I mean, this comes down to whoever makes the first move. Ever makes the first move now is who determines this match. If Nurse moves from their position or just looks the wrong way for too long, mind you.
True. They had to be very vigilant.
I mean, their right side, they're not looking to the right side. If the Ace somehow is able to get behind the Nurse, I will die.
I would also die if, like, we see a notification from Crows on the hash that Ace has just been there the whole time teabagging. You know, like pub matches. Oh, man. What is going on? I don't want to switch over to the Ace because there's always a chance that they're trying to make some kind of play here, but I am deadly curious.
Yeah, no, honestly, this is one of those moments where I wish I could, like, take a peek and just see for my own curiosity, but we can't just yet. And Nurse just posting up, just not going to move. And we have seen no sign of the Ace. Nurse, wait, she's blinking. What is she doing here? Is she getting impatient? She's going back to the hatch now, or is she just leak fake?
A fake is not a bad idea here. However, you do have that fatigue moment, so the Ace has a chance to hide again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really tempted to, like, kill the camera briefly, go switch and check. I am on the edge of my seat. What is going on?
See, this is the game that the devs intended, which was very much hide and go seek.
I thought they got rid of the hatch
the
standoff.
devs intended the game.
I thought they got rid of the hatch standoff. Come on.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, this is such a unique moment.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, this would be a moment where I kind of wish the endgame collapse would happen. Oh, they found the Ace. However,
Ace with Walpo, there is a life getting good distance. Nurse has the fatigue. Even if the hit, does the Nurse get to the hatch in time?
They didn't go for it.
Wait. Ace didn't go for it, but now Nurse has to go for the hatch close. Can Ace get back to the exit gates in time?
I don't think they can.
Oh, this is gonna come out. Wait, well, Nurse has to make a choice. Which exit gate?
That's a fair point. I think the closest one is the one to the left. The problem is they just got on the exit gate now. Wait. They're gonna check. Do we see it?
Fatigue.
Oh, they're not gonna be able to get it. You know, it's
trying to commit. Oh,
so
a little
close.
bit of turnaround. Oh my word.
Oh, that was so close.
Honestly, the Ace just picking the wrong side to try and sneak by. If they had gone to the right instead of the left, I think they may have been able to do so. But coming down to the very end, honestly, like I said, I think the move was to just finish the gen.
That might have been it, yeah. That's so hard to tell in the moment. That's what I was saying. Like, it's so hard to say in the moment what was the correct call there. Like, we know now that they would have had time, but oh man, that was so close. That was so
really
close.
Was.
Absolutely insane. But that will end up with a 4K at 4 gens up, so 24-8.
Indeed.
How long did that last?
You know, about good 20 minutes. Good 20 minutes.
That was insane. We just got done with 2 plague matches. I didn't think we were gonna get any more, like, really grindy games after that. Holy cow.
Yeah, to say the least. But with that being said, we are gonna be setting up the lobby for the next trial. This time, Odium going to be bringing the artist to play, and we will see what picture she is going to draw for us. But before we do, we are going to be going on a quick little break.
Yes.
But before we do that, I do want to remind everyone here today that you, the viewers, are our sponsors. So thank you all for the ads that you watch, the bits that you tip, and the subs that you buy. And with that being said, we'll be back in just a little bit.
Stay tuned, everybody. All right, everybody, welcome back to trial number 2. It is going to be the artist on the ARP. And based on last year's championship matches with Odium and Purge, I think Odium has gained a new respect for the artist. And I'm curious who's going to be manning the... I completely forgot to check who's killer.
I believe that we were seeing V1 today.
All right.
Piloting the artist.
All right, sweet action. Now, the question is, what add-ons do you take here? Kind of similar to Plague for the most part. We've seen a diversity, but artist, I feel like it's just, what is it, a preference? Like, I really can never tell what they're going to bring.
Yeah, I mean, I think we see here the shoes, and the shoes, I both love and hate this. So I really like, we see some Undying Aura Reading.
Ooh, and
that Survivor knowing full well that they are being Aura Red, just committing to that dull tone nonetheless.
They're like, I am here, I see the future, and there is the Nia. Is that a sprint burst? I think that was a sprint burst.
Yeah, that looked like a sprint burst, all right, getting a bit of good distance, and Artist trying to cut them off at the window. And there's that Aura reading from the shoes. So those, that add-on does give them Aura reading when they're, I believe, in like 3-5 meters within a dire crow. And
that's really nice.
On one hand, I like it because it pretty much guarantees you that information that you need to get the down here, as we're going to see here in just a moment. On the other hand, it means that if you're hitting them with the dire crows from range, you're getting a whole lot less value.
That's a good point, and they do get a totem down. They're gonna send a scouting bird to see if they're on the totem. It doesn't look like it. Ruin's still intact, it seems. And now the artist gets to do artist things. They have at least 45 seconds up still with Corrupt, but it is a split Corrupt, so I don't know. What's the play here? You're the artist main resident. What do you do?
I mean, the artist here with Rune still up can just kind of harass these gens from afar, getting the injury on the Nancy, for example, or the Thanatophobia is going to be slowing down by additional 5%. But like during this time, it just means that the gens are regressing as the artist harasses the gens bit by bit by bit.
True. And we do see the quick heal on the Nancy there. However, Ace is in the vicinity. A little bit of a killer instinct there, but they're going to be trying to box out the Ace. They go for the hit anyway, and this will be a hook trade. Do they go for the tunnel?
Yeah, I think the artist honestly kind of just saw the writing on the wall there, saw the other survivor coming in for the unhooking. Went, you know what, I might as well get the trade out of this.
Was that borrowed time expiring, or was that no borrowed time?
That's a good question.
I don't think that was borrowed time.
Let's see if there is a decisive strike. No decisive strike, so this is going to be second stage on the Nia. Though, however, these survivors will get a gen done nonetheless.
Indeed, it seems like maybe the plan was at least to try and switch the pressure. But however, both sides of the map are a 3-gen, so Ace does get picked up, I'm assuming, by the Nancy. And Dwight over here instead. Are these crows far enough away to get a double hit? No. They
are not, no. But once again, with that Aura reading, artist just able to get a really good hit right there. And I think we saw a skill check miss right there.
No, that was Nancy.
Actually, Survivor, yeah, it was Nancy trying to get the grab.
Yeah, they were gonna go for it, but they're like, oh, nope, I'm leaving. I'm not going for this unhook. That begs the question, did Ace have borrow time and it was just the absolute last second on it or not? I'm really curious.
It is a very good question indeed, but artists here trying to guarantee the death hook. Once again, Ace for another trade.
Yep.
And artist knows full well what to do and is just going to go directly for the Nia.
Indeed. They do get the break on Ruin, so 2 perks out of the game. Dropping the pallet, but that is not going to cut it. If there's no latent decisive strike, no, there's not. That is lights out for this Nia. And there is still 4 gens to go for this Survivor squad.
Yeah, even though this killer's main gen regression is out of the game, I mean, honestly, having that survive out of the game is probably more gen regression than either of those perks combined.
However, you can't get that hit here, can you? Yeah.
You actually can. You actually can. The way the elevation works on this map here and on this hill means that you actually could get the hit there through the hill. I've done it plenty of times.
Really? That is bizarre. I did not know that, but regardless, they are able to get the down on the Dwight here first. So first hook coming in here, 1 stack of Thanatophobia. I guess the question is, what 3-gen do you want to try and hold down? Honestly, I don't think they've even tried to hold a 3-gen. They were just letting Ruin, Thanatophobia, Undying do work.
Yeah, I would think you to be correct on that. Artist checking out these gens, though, will not get a hit. Or Killer Instinct Tower seeing the ace here. Ace has been downed many times before, but yet to be hooked. Let's see if that changes.
Oh, was that it? Okay, I'm about to say, surely like just a blink is not enough. You have to do more than just a little click.
It's still a little bit of time. It's still a light burn at the end of the day. But Artist here setting up the crows and setting them up well. Ace knowing full well, though, the whole W to win. And will get to this pallet and a light burn as well, but not enough time to get rid of the crow.
About to say, they're not quite using it effectively enough to get rid of the crow, and I think this is going to result in a down right here. Deadhearting through the pallet. All right. And the crow does reset, so they are able to get away here. They're able to get a lot more distance. Holy cow, where did they go? Where's the ace? Never mind, there he is. Say, they lost him for a bit.
Ace was able to get out of dodge. I think, honestly, here, the artists make the right move. Just drop and chase and pressure the gens, because that chase is definitely taking just a wee bit too long.
Agreed, and they know that Dwight was on that gen last time. Instead, working on a separate gen. This side's 3-gen is broken, but that is 2 survivors over here, and you're able to tunnel out the Dwight as you would want to make this a 2v1 as soon as possible. Good hit there. That R reading is so good.
It really is. It is very, very strong when used right, but the moment that the survivors do keep that in mind, I think they can play around it. We just have not seen that here today.
Indeed, and I think that loop is now shut off. Yeah. I mean, there's so many loops on this map that are just dead to the artist. You might as well be Nurse for all intents and purposes.
And that reminds me, I'm very excited for next season. You want to know why? The Dredge will be joining us.
Oh, geez. We have had so many discussions on that killer, too. Like, both of us were, like, so underwhelmed with the killer on paper, but as soon as we saw them in practice, we're like, oh, my goodness, this killer is amazing.
Yeah, and so we're going to be getting another, I want to say, A-tier killer, very much akin to the artist, joining us for season number 4. A beautiful hit there by the ace. It looks like the artist will dry kick this gen. It is 0.3% per second. However, with Thanatophobia, that actually can provide you some value.
Who would have guessed Thanatophobia actually making dry kicking worth it? I mean, I would take that perk alone just for that reason, not, on top of the fact that it's just so good on a killer that could just, I shouldn't say mindlessly, but it does sometimes feel like this killer can just mindlessly patrol gens without doing much.
I mean, it's just the fact that you can do it from afar. I think that's the biggest thing about it, is that you can just control the gens and pressure them from across the map. I mean, survivors that are playing smart can dodge the crows, but you really need to pay attention. Nancy there, caught out of nowhere, and this is going to be a down the window.
But to say, I don't know if you saw it, I think they came in to show the kinship on the Dwight, because Dwight was there for quite a bit of time, and they still have quite a bit of time left. But like you said, they kind of got a little bit too close, flew too close to the sun, and they do go down. Now the survivors are in a pickle, because not only is this going to be a 4K, but they're able to answer at 4K at 3 gens potentially if they don't get 2 more done.
Yeah, no, this is a huge play, especially as, Millennium used their Nurse on the first trial. There's no more Nurse for them next. We've only seen a Spirit from Millennium in trial number 4, so double S tier, but the artist coming out and getting the 4K before 4 gens completed against the Nurse, that's huge.
Absolutely. Well, okay, we can't count our chicks before they're hatched. There is going to possibly be another exit gate scenario like we had before. I don't believe the exit gates are on this side of the map again, showing that it's going to be a hatch on one side, 2 exit gates on the other. And what do you know it? It's also the ace that's not hooked right now. I'm getting deja vu here, my man.
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't agree with you more. I will say here, ace has not been hooked.
True, that's 3 hooks.
Even if the Nancy does fully progress through all 3 stages, that'll be additional 6 points for the artist. I'm trying to see here if that will be enough, and unfortunately,
Ace, what are you doing?
Ace right here, I think that is that.
But to say, I think you are so much better off. Yeah, but to say, that gen is not worth it. If you had a better chance of getting yourself out of the match, Yeah, because that would have been 6. So, yeah, 6 points denied to the nurse or the artist. 3 points for yourself. Even if you don't get these last gemstones, that would be enough to get it for the set.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but yeah, this will. We haven't seen Deliverance yet, right?
That is true. I mean, the ace has a moment to do it, but he needs to do it now. And with no attempts made, I do believe that there will be the end of trial number 2 and a win in favor of Odium.
Yeah, I gotta say, the artist played absolutely insane this match. It was an impressive start, and from there on out, they just, like, the R rating value is so good. I just don't think the survivors were ready for just how strong this killer was in chase. The chases didn't last. You would think you're playing against a nurse for how slow, how fast the chases went.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have much to say. That was just incredibly good artist play, and I don't think the survivors were prepared for it. That was so well done. Artist just hits different sometimes. Man, but with that said, like you said, end of set number 1, moving on to set number 2, as we are going to be playing on, I didn't even get a chance, Suffocation Pits. And like I said, Odium will be playing again with the nurse. I don't know if Nurse and Spirit are comparable now. Like,
they aren't. Just point blank statement, no.
Like, Spirit used to be a powerhouse, but they don't play the same anymore. Spirit has a lot more counterplay now. Their chases aren't as eminent. We'll have to see how it comes out, but well played, and we'll have to see how this next set goes. With that said, we're going to be taking a short break here. Be back in just a moment. Again, if you guys are just now catching us, you are our sponsors, believe it or not. Whether you meant to or not, all your subs, bits, donations, and just sticking around through the ads does help us on the back end and provide a prize pool every season for these contestants to battle it out for. And with that said, we're taking a short ad break. We'll be back very soon. All right, folks, welcome back. We're going to be loading into trial number 3 very shortly. Again, it is a nurse on the suffocation pit, and I'm not okay. We were talking about this a little bit behind the scenes. It's not that nurse struggles per se on the suffocation pit, but I almost did continue. I apologize. I am really bad at this, folks. I got distracted. I was thinking about nurse in the middle of the pit.
I'm sure. Not getting distracted by the thoughts of Nurse in the DVD dating sim.
Hey now, wait, nurse isn't in the DVD dating sim.
I know, that's why you're disappointed. You're distracted by that.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. However, it does not take them long to find these survivors in the corrupt zone, as, yeah, I don't think it was a split corrupt, so not too many places to search, and you did spawn on one side of the map. However,
yeah,
did they just disappear?
They did pull a bamboozle here on this nurse. Nurse once again trying to desperately find where these survivors are, but unable to do so. And it's gonna go off blinking.
Indeed. Anyway, back to, before the thoughts of the dating sim come up, which, by the way, I'm really happy that was actually a thing. That was gonna be really amazing, but they do find their first chase after all. And so I was wondering, if the survivors are really, really attuned to how to play against this killer, can the middle of the map be an issue to deal with?
Oh, absolutely. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. I mean, we even see main building here being very difficult for the nurse to navigate when played around well. And we see that locker tech, the
Beautiful.
Cheryl just barely dodging and able to keep some good distance here. Using treat their advantage, just not unable to get that hit. I mean, this is the thing. When survivors play around nurse, the most simple of obstacles can just be such a huge boon to you.
True, and they do finally get just the tip of a hit. However, Corrupt is about gone. 15 seconds left. I think that's as much as you could ask for waiting out Corrupt eventually against this killer. And they will have to go for a hook at the same time with a gen popping. 1 for 1 at the moment. Honestly, going against the nurse, I think that's a really good start for the survivors. We'll have to see if the nurse bring it back, as we do know there is thanatophobia in play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, if we're kind of looking here, I think we're going to see another 2 gens pop off, but I think the nurses has just decided, you know what? I'm going to stake my claim. I am going to sit here on this hill and just ensure this survivor moves to the second stage, that you can't do these gens. And there's the blink on the ace, and that will be a hit.
It will, and they do go for the unhook in that time. I didn't realize that the nurse straight up had a 4-gen on the side of the map. Getting another gen done. Can you hope to deal with the 4-gen against the nurse? I don't think you can. It's not in any kind of territory that you have safety on.
It is going to be a tall order, no doubt about that. Nurse going to wait out the BT, will get the hit on the share. Let's see if there's a DS in play.
About to say, DS, they do have the DS this time. This will give the share a little bit of time. Does the nurse commit? They're not. They want to keep their 4-gen intact, so bit of a breather for the survivors, as it was a great start, but realizing the 4-gen is in play, a little bit of progress on that generator now. Yeah, they're going to take chase with the Nancy here instead. Not quite able to get the hit around the corner. Look at how fast the Cheryl got reset, though. So 2 gens done, 1 hook for the killer, but I mean, survivors have such a tall order here. How do you break this 4-gen? I guess you have to chase like this.
Yeah, exactly that. It's going to be a tall order, but if they're just able to maneuver around this nurse as the Nancy is now, extending chase bit by bit by bit and drawing the nurse over to Shaq's side, I think that's what you need to do.
That is 1 gen down. Nancy doing exactly what you said, wasting as much time as possible, and they are able to double up. I think they called in the Nia with the toolbox and said, hey, we need backup, and they were able to double up and bang the gen out after all. Not going to commit. they might be able to break the gen situation back here.
Yeah,
I
it's
would never
definitely
have
not
guessed.
set the. It's definitely not set the wrong possibility. We see 2 survivors back here. We know that there's probably a Nia on Shaq's side completing that last gen as well. The nurse needs to commit to some chases here and needs to get downs very quickly.
True. I'm wondering if Ace has overcome. No, they didn't get a lot of distance. Dead hard, able to get them just enough as they do heal the Nia. I was gonna say, why are you? There's no pallets over there. There's 0 pallets on this quarter of the map, and so I don't know why you take base over there, but. Oh my goodness, these survivors are playing out of their mind right now. Holy cow.
Absolutely amazing jobs. Actually, almost night and day in comparison to Artist versus Nurse, which is kind of strange to think about. But I mean, Nurse, I imagine, is one of the, one of the kills that you have the most practice
Did they
against.
just break the 4-gen?
And there is another gen.
Nope.
There's still a 3-gen left. It looks like they finished a gen on the Shaq side.
They finished the last
and
gen!
that is the last generator. Only 1 hook in the game. No Noed in sight. This is going to be a tough end game for the Nurse, to say the least.
Any gen rushers in chat? I cannot believe the survivors were able to pull this out so quickly. And like I said, I mean, to be fair, yeah, there are more cracked Nurse pocket mains in the game of Dead by Daylight than there are Artists. So obviously you can set up practicing against Nurse, but like you said, this is night and day play. Is this the same team? Did we switch teams?
Nope, same team through and through, and I think we're gonna be seeing a clean 3-man out, and sure enough, there is 1, there's 2 and 3, and that there will be a 1K4 hook for the Nurse.
I don't think the Nurse played bad. They had such a good position. I think the survivors I think they've played so much against Nurse that it's hard to tackle. The geometry, the way they utilize the trees, the edge of the map, everything they did was so well coordinated against a Nurse that I just think they had the tech, if you will.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. And now it's gonna come down to the Spirit. All they need to do is a 1K5 hook to win this. And so with that being said, we are going to be switching side, this time Millennium on the Spirit on the Suffocation Pit. And we are going to be back in just a moment. But before we do go, I do remind everyone here today that we are partnered with Stream for a Cause. Stream for a Cause, a nonprofit organization based here in the United States that supports a whole litany of different causes, including Going Green initiatives, LGBTQA plus community, the refugees in Ukraine, and a whole lot more. So if you guys are able to, definitely make sure to donate even $1 to Champions for a Cause, our fundraiser that we spun up with them. And every dollar that you do donate does also influence the prize pool of Championship of Champions in December, where the best of Champs of the Fog will duke it out for the grand prize. With that being said, guys, we'll be back in just a little bit.
Stay tuned, folks. And welcome back, everybody. We are loading into trial number 4, possibly looking at going into another tiebreaker set number 3. If you had told me that Millennium were able to turn them around that quickly and possibly put it to another set, I wouldn't have believed you, but they were able to pull out this far. We'll see if they're able to complete the mission here, as they do have a spirit coming in against this squad. They know what is required. Let's see if they can complete it. This black bar is not going away.
At the end of the day, all that this spirit needs to get is a
Scratch mark.
I think it is what, 4 hooks at 5 gens, pretty much.
Yeah.
4 hooks at 5 gens to tie, 5 hooks at 5 gens to win.
Right. And they will be taking chase here. I think Sprimper is getting just a bit of, no, not gonna vault over it. Good mind game there, and good chase so far from this ace. I wonder if they're gonna continue the chase. Looks like they are. I'd be careful here with the commitment. You don't want to let the survivors in your uncorrupted zone for too long.
Yeah, my thought exactly, but this spirit just has blinders on, wanting to go for this ace. Ace will take a hit, however.
They do get the hit, and it is Thanatophobia, so 5% slowdown now as they're going to try and finish this chase up momentarily. Good hold there from the ace. You can barely see it from inside the wood. And we'll be going for the vault here. The question is, can they get enough distance? No Iron Will
you're
on the
at
Ace.
Pallet. I mean, who needs Iron Will on Ace when Ace has Iron Will?
It really does feel like it sometimes. There is a survivor here. You saw them through the wood. Good fake at the window. They can't get the pickup, can they?
No, they very much can't. But there is the vault from the Kate. Not sure what the thought process was there. Maybe the phase animation looked like they were going to pick up the Ace, but they did not.
Maybe. And now Nancy's over here. Survivors know they can't let this hook happen without being contested. Giving Thanatophobia value to the Spirit here. However, Kate gets the heal. They don't get the hit. They get the pallet stun. Blind coming in, so let the Ace.
A little bit faster, friend.
Oh no. Good survivor play here. However, that means there might be only one survivor on the gens, and it is massively slowed down. Nancy taking the chase and a hit. However, they do finish a gen. Kate over here as well.
Oh, and Ace there as well. The Spirit once again in a bit of a pickle. Ace trying to, but unable to get there in time.
One hook coming in. However, yeah, survivors aren't going down without a fight here. Jen's still getting progress despite the slowdown and the pressure from the Spirits. Oh,
facing right here. This is going to be a bit of a tricky position for these survivors. They need to get out of dodge and get out of dodge fast.
True, and the mind game's coming in, not working. Ace is just gonna leave. And pop goes the Weasel on this generator. A very interesting build. Thanatophobia, pop goes the Weasel. No Ruin, or at least we haven't seen a Scourge Hook just yet either.
And of course, the Corrupt Intervention as that third known perk thus far. The only one we're missing here is the fourth. We do see Scratch Marks going for the unhook. That is the Kate on the Nancy. Kate can't go for this unhook by themselves.
Oh my goodness! They get the grab! I guess they thought they could get the... that is surprising. I mean, to be fair, killers are trained to wait out and not go for it. I'm just surprised they were able to get that. The ping... Like, that we're talking like pixels upon pixels perfection right there to get that grab.
Yeah, but at this point in time, that is
second stage, fresh hook.
Second stage, 3 hooks in. I mean, at the end of the day, they camp either one of these to death, and that is the win here for Millennium, what they needed, and that would push us to set number 3.
True, which we will get to set number 3 should it come about, as it is looking ever more prominent. Sprint burst coming in from the Ace at the last second. They do get the unhook on the Nancy. Can you get the unhook on the Nia, or not the, who's the, I forget
Kate.
who's on hook. Okay, yeah. However, like, that's a dead zone back there, but it looks like they're just gonna go for the tunnel here? Yeah, it looks like they're gonna go for the tunnel on Nancy.
Like, I mean, it makes sense. Like I said, all they need is to get this kill for the tie, and then one more hook there after for the win. Let's see if there's a decisive strike here.
Yeah, you hear the survivor working on a gen right there. You're not that brazen with what you're doing if you don't have a decisive. There's no way, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And there is the Nia taking a hit. Kate already healed up once again, but 3 survivors still being injured. That means Thanatophobia is going to be slowing down these gens by 15%.
True, and they do get the down on the Nia. This is a fresh hook. This also secures the victory, right?
Yeah, if they camp this to death, they will secure the win.
I was thinking because they had 3 fresh hooks as opposed to the...
I think you might be right about that as well.
Yeah, Deliverance coming in, but I think at this point, yeah, especially if any other hooks should occur here, this will be secure the victory for Millennium on this set, forcing set number 3. Just really, really well done. Like, and again, it's hard for the survivors to come in with here because, like, Spirit, like we talked about Spirit, obviously you can't compare it to Nurse, but Spirit is still a very, very strong killer. It doesn't matter who you are. And asking the survivors just, hey, can you not get hooked this number of times is just such a hard ask, especially with the strong, look at this 4-gen back here. These 2 gens specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. We hear another gen. These survivors definitely not going down without a fight. However, Nia will go down before they're able to make the vault.
Indeed, they are slowly getting these gens done. And we might even see like multiple outs here potentially, but it's just not enough. And this will result in the win for the Spirit. Very well played so far. Now we're just, the question is, yeah, survivors obviously know this game is lost. The question is, how many outs can they get, you know, treating it like a high level scrim here?
Well, not only that, remember that if by some means
match
set number
points.
3 ends in a draw, that will be determined by the match points. You know, we almost came down to that in the last match of today at 12 p.m. Death Wish versus Mon Retro did not come down to it, but it might here. You never know.
Okay, that's a good point. Do we spill the beans on the third set here? Because I'm saying that with knowledge of, like, I don't expect the third set to be a tie. For the people coming in
know
here.
What? It's going to be interesting. So since you brought it up, let's talk about the third set real quick. After this trial has finished, we are going to be seeing another spirit match, this time from Odium versus Millennium's Deathslinger. I mean, Deathslinger at the end of the day, right now, I'd say in comp as far as their ranking go, like probably like a B rank killer at best.
Exactly.
And so because of that, like, it's going to be a very interesting match to see how Millennium Survivor Team plays against Spirit in comparison to Odium Survivor Team against the Deathslinger, both on Gold Tower.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, we saw the Survivors play incredibly well against a nurse, and, like, I wouldn't have expected, you know, a nurse versus Spirit for the nurse to end up, you know, losing that set, but it happened. So obviously anything's up in the air. Technically, Deathslinger, you know, could just have like the most cracked cross-map shots in the game and, you know, take the win, but the chances of that happening are so insane. Again, it just comes down to how these Survivors play.
Yeah,
which right now they're playing really well. They've almost completely reset the pressure that Spirit had. But to be fair, they also knew what the win con was, so they were playing super aggressive.
True. Yeah, they're playing very aggressive in order to try and work around the win con, and now they kind of get to take their time a little bit, knowing full well that these points do matter towards the match points in instance of a set 3 tie. So we get to see them kind of shift their mindset here, and we see them playing a lot slower in comparison.
Waiting for the phase from the Spirit. They do take the vault. However, they're going to get enough distance here. Wait, no, they're not, because Spirit barely used their power. They're going to be able to go right back into the chase here. Is Nia Death Hook? Wait, that's not Nia, that's Kate. A little bit of get down,
nowhere.
Mr. President. That was a good, good
I even think the Spirit was a little bit confused. They were like, wait, who did I hit?
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of noise notification to make you think differently, but instead another Survivor came into play. However, I think Kate will go down here. Careful, there might be a flashlight attempt coming in here. No, there's not. Okay.
No Nancy in sight. And I do believe that is Kate out of the game, back to the campfire. Nope, not yet.
Second stage.
Second stage. I'm trying to remember who's
it's
who
Nia.
moved to second stage. Nia, you're right.
That's why they took the hit for the Nia there. Oh, good attempt. I didn't even see Nancy there, so that was a good read from the Spirit.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to get a bit of mind game here at this filler tile. Nancy not necessarily falling for it, though. Spirit trying to get a read on them.
She
and
gone?
I think Nia's gone.
Yeah, I think she completely ghosted that pallet altogether. They do finish one of the gens in the back. Yeah, Nancy was nowhere to be found. Holy cow. Really, really well done from the Survivors, just absolutely resetting any pressure the Spirit is able to get. Yeah, I do think the different mindset is coming to play here. Look at the 3 of them on that generator. Oh my word, they might be looking at a 3 out here.
Commitment to this gen. Kate taking a hit, going to Shaq's side. I mean, this is what you need to do. We said it time and time again with these bottleneck-like maps. Is, you know, in a 3-gen scenario, you take the hit, you run to Shaq, you set up a heal station, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. The Survivors win it out in the end unless the killer commits and gets a quick down.
Indeed, and I think Nia using Lie there to get a little bit of extra distance. However, Ace is kind of caught out of position here. Probably the resilience player. I think they're gonna be hiding out of this T&L wall. I don't think they left. They're not gonna commit to it. Interesting. Yeah, they're just really struggling to get another Survivor on hook here. But I think they would any sort, like, who is the Survivor that has? It's not Death Hook. Is it Nancy? No, Nancy's Death Hook. I think it's Ace that's not Death Hook. That's why they didn't commit, I guess.
Yep, it is Ace and Kate currently. Actually, yeah, Ace and Nancy. Ace and Nancy currently. Oh, sorry.
No, Nancy's Death Hook. Ace is the only one that's.
Everyone's on Death Hook except for Ace.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah. So close, because I think Nancy progressed to second stage by accident. However, full Thanatophobia value, but I think they're gonna come up to that generator. Yeah. However, there's not that much progress. They are setting up time to reset the Survivors. Yeah, this is gonna grind out. I fully expect to see at least 2 people out, maybe even 3 here. Kate, knowing their Death Hook is going to go into the corner of the map, they might be able to finish that last generator for this chase, though. Wait, did they get balance landing? She's 110. No, okay, they're not doing balance landing. Okay, I thought they might be able to get away there.
No, I think Kate just trying to buy off enough time as possible.
Forcing the
Will get
pickup.
grabbed at the pallet, however, and that there will be the Kate out of the match. This now becomes a 3v1 scenario. I think the Spirit can bring the pressure back into their favor, but the gen gets completed, and we do see a haste stats effect. That is Noed in play.
It is indeed Noed. I think the Kate forced the pickup by waiting to vault so that they had to go for the hook instead, knowing the survivors will be able to finish that generator. However, yeah, Noed is going to bring it back here. Ace, not Death Hook, though. This could very well be a 2-out as Ace isn't dead. And I don't know if they know where the totem is. Both exit gates are being worked on. Can they finish it in time? They can't. I don't think Nia's going to be able to get it.
Unless there's a Dead Hard in play.
She's not injured.
Yeah, there's no Dead Hard that you can use. That'll be the Noed. Nancy open and exit gate. Ace without any value had, and that there will be the 3K for the Spirit.
11 hook 3K coming in here. That actually is a really strong win in favor of Millennium should this go to a tiebreaker in set number 3. Very, very strong Spirit play. I was impressed that they played this very, very well. Survivors, again, took their time and really grinded it up, but the Noed just came in clutch there. I think if the Survivors had known from the beginning they weren't be able to get the set point back and just played grindy from the beginning, I don't think there would have been totems left. I think they would have cleansed all of them. But you didn't have time.
I would tend to agree. And so, like, yeah, we saw the shift in mentality halfway through the match after the win condition had passed, and they played a much different game. But with that being said, we are going to be going to set number 3 now, and we're going to be seeing Millennium kicking things off on the cold tower with Deathslinger.
I'm going to try and hold any reservations of judgment because this match has already shown that what we think we know, we don't. And so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, and I want to see what this Deathslinger can do. Maybe they've got some pocket Deathslinger that is going to come out, just crack his knuckles and be like, all right, it's open season, boys. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Only time will tell. But before we do get that set up and ready to go, we do want to remind you here all today that we are sponsored with Stream for a Cause. Stream for a Cause, nonprofit organization based here in the United States who supports a litany of different causes, including LGBTQA plus community, Going Green initiatives, the refugee scene in Ukraine, and a whole lot more. So if you guys haven't already, if you could, please donate even $1 to Champions for a Cause, the fundraiser that we spun up with them, where you can help support those causes, and the Champion of Championship prize pool, where you will influence the prize pool amount when we see the best of Champions of Fog duke it out for the grand prize. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit.
Stay tuned, everybody. All right, folks, welcome back to trial number 5. I'm losing count at this point. Gil, help me out here.
Yeah, trial number 5, set number 3, this time on the coal tower with Millennium killing as the Death Slinger.
Slinger about to slaying. For a second, I thought I didn't see Corrupt there as they were heading not into Corrupt zone. However, multiple survivors to be scouted out here. Ace found, getting shot at the pallet. I'm about to say, where's that chase music? I want some Death Slinger chase music, dadgummit.
Yeah, Slinger's very interesting when it comes to chases because as soon as he shoots you, chase technically ends.
That's a fair point, kind of like the old Trapper had an issue where, like, if you trap somebody, it technically lost the chase. Beautiful shots. Yep. Oh my.
And a sharpshooter to boot. You and I were talking about earlier about that iridescent coin, whether or not it would be valuable on a Slinger with how often they would get sharpshooter. That there with the hit would have resulted in a down, but Nia able to get some distance here at the Palace Slinger, trying to get some mind games going to make up some distance, unable to do so as we see the Fangman coming in for a body block.
Indeed. Also, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, beautiful shot. Almost got it. I'm seeing the Warden's keys for the faster reload. Is the purple, is that reduced cooldown on the fatigue when you, like, break the chain?
That is correct.
Interesting add-on combo, so they do expect to break some survivors. However, no Thanatophobia to be seen here. Not able to get it down just yet. Yeah, we do see the body block coming in. Not able to get that shot, though. Gonna be a bit of a struggle, I would say. I don't know. They've had some good shots so far, but yeah, survivors have some counterplay in mind. Taking the hit for the survivor. However, both are now injured. Can they get a hit here? Good double back and no, they're not.
between the body blocks and everything else, this is the thing about Slinger, right? That, like, it really comes down to a lot of interaction, a lot of counterplay on both sides. And if you just play worse than the other side, then you're just going to be miserable through and through. And we do, however, see Rancor going off.
Rancor could definitely help them in the long run to secure a kill in the end game, but at what cost? I don't know how many gens are going to fly here. We haven't seen a lick of slowdown besides corrupt intervention. I would be worried still. They need to get it down ASAP. Beautiful shot, though. No body
However,
block.
it is on the
Obsession.
Obsession Feng Min. Probably the last one you want to be hooking here with Rancor in play.
Agreed, and Ace going right back to the gen there. Nia does get reset. First hook coming in at 1 gen down. This gen almost done. And there is a little bit more aggression. Pop goes the Weasel will help that, help regress that gen for the Deathslinger. They're just gonna set up a camp here, possibly?
I mean, even that, just getting rid of the resources. I mean, full tower is a relatively small map, and as we see there, very few places too high. Nia, though, going for the unhook, and Slinger trying to get that sneaky shot there, unable to make it happen. Feng Min, though, coming in for the body block. I mean, Slinger has all the time in the world to wait out this BT, though fearing the decisive strike is going to go for the Nia instead.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. Breaking the chain immediately, not wanting to waste time. Yeah, Survivor's still able to throw the pallet because of, I guess it's just latency, right?
Yeah, it just comes down to the animation lock. It's much like Doctor. If you can get the shock off, they will scream.
Beautiful.
However, they will be able to get the pallet down, but beautiful hit there by the Slinger, getting it down on the Nia.
Indeed, so racking up the hooks as much as possible. The gen that Ace was on has finished, so another pop coming in. However, don't know what gen they're working on currently. Feng has reset. That means that there's probably another survivor over here in this vicinity, I would guess. I think the Slinger smells it as well. But who is it? Another gen down. Ace with the sprint burst is going to get plenty of distance here, but they will take a hit after all. Kind of even footing, but I don't know.
I had to take one off, like, wait, was that an Ace? Was the Deathslinger seeing something? Did I see something? I don't know anymore. And then sure enough, Ace out of nowhere. But Ace, I do not think he'll be able to make the vault, and Nancy taking the body block to extend the chase. I mean, this is what you need to do on maps with resources.
True.
And this team doing a fantastic job of doing so.
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised we didn't see a forced penance from this killer with how many body blocks are coming in here. Also, Ace,
yeah,
like, nah, hit me. I'll take the pallet stun. Interesting. Nancy might be coming in here though. They do get the dead hard. They do get the pallet stun. Oh man. Yeah, Survivor's just playing absolutely brutal.
Huge play right there.
For sure. Gonna extend this chase just a little bit. However, they will get the hit at the window. I imagine Survivor's on another generator at this moment. I think they're trying to go for as many fresh hooks as possible and get as many of those 3-point hooks as possible.
Yeah, it would make sense in this scenario. I mean, you are a M1 115 killer. Yes, you have some range going for you, but it really comes down to making sure you hit those shots, and Deathslinger is definitely going to be having to get as much pressure as possible as the Spirit is up next for Odium.
True, they know they're going to contend with it, but I mean, obviously they played Spirit, they practiced Spirit, they might be feeling confident going into it, and so they might not be too worried as long as Deathslinger is able to get some points here and there. Ace does get unhooked. Nancy will be going down momentarily, but how many gens will it cost? There's the last generator. It looks like there's no web, which means that there's no way out. I imagine we're going to see this exit get open, and these survivors are going to get out of dodge.
Yeah, I believe you are right. The question of the day is, does the Slinger get to the exit gate in time for another kill, especially if it is on the Feng Min? Rancor value could come to play here. And this is why we don't see a lot of Rancor. No progress on the exit gate. Could be all 3 survivors on the other.
True.
Just opting to let the Nancy hang.
I think that would be the most... actually, okay. If you scout, I would scout around real quick, see if there is nowhere to cleanse. But we see where it is. I don't think it's going to be very cleansable. Trying to get a 4 out here would be absolutely pivotal to make sure your Spirit has a good game. But yeah, I think if you realize you can't cleanse the Noah, you should not go for this unhook. If you go for this unhook, it is suicide.
I would agree. I would 100% agree.
You do not want to get too close.
Especially because you can only send in 2 survivors. You cannot send in Feng Min.
Right, right. Yeah, they're
And
going to take their outs.
There it is.
They're
There
checking
it
their
is.
common
They're-
totem spots.
Yep, they're taking a look around, trying their best to find that Noah. Unable to do so, though. That will be a 1k6 hook for the Slinger. Honestly,
It's
not bad.
It's all fresh hooks. That's the thing. It's all fresh hooks. No survivor left unhooked from this match. So the killer did maximize, get at least 12 points and an additional 2 and 1. So it's a really good score for the killer, considering, I mean, Deathslinger at high comp play is very difficult to get much with, especially with minimal slowdown. I think they did a really good job. They spread out the hooks. They got as many fresh hooks as possible. That should be, what, 15 to 16?
I believe so. So it's definitely going to be a very, very close match.
Absolutely. So it definitely does set up Odium's Spirit for a very strong match. But it's not like they're not out of the woodworks yet. Odium doesn't get just, you know, they don't get the S tier pass, I guess you could say. Oh, we're taking an S tier, we win, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, with that being said, we're going to get this lobby, the last lobby of the day, set up of Millennium versus Odium. And this year, for those who are not aware, since we are in semifinals, will be for the second final spot and also, of course, the bronze match. But with that being said, we are getting this lobby set up in just a moment. But before we do go, do want to remind everyone here watching today that you are our viewer. Well, I mean, you are viewers, but also our
viewers,
sponsors. Where all the ads that you watch, all the bits that you tip, all the subs that you buy, all go to supporting Champs of the Fog and the production that we do, including the $525 prize pool that these competitors are competing for. So that being said, guys, we'll be back in just a little bit.
Stay tuned, folks. All right, folks, welcome back. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I should have said that I will give you the floor. It's been a long day, folks. I'm sorry.
Welcome back, guys. So a quick explanation why that took as long as it did. The wrong map was selected, and as you can see, that is reflected in the points. It is 14 points for Odium to 15 Millennium, as they do receive a 2-point reduction for the killer reset. And with that being said, survivors are well aware of what the spirits build is. So that does mean that these survivors are aware the spirit is running today. Pop goes the Weasel, Thanatophobia, Corrupt Intervention, and Noed.
I'll be honest, I don't think the survivors are going to pay attention to Noed here preemptively. I think you just jam gens. Sorry, whoever gets hit by the Noed.
Yeah, I think you are right in saying that. I think the plan here is just to ignore Noed outright. Nia making a lot of good distance here. The Spirit having to drop chase in that main building, though they do find Adam pretty quickly.
That they do, and getting the stun from the pallet there, as I think survivors are just trying to make their way out of the corrupt zone now. Life is going to be so pivotal for getting out of that corrupt zone, and yeah, Spirit is going to have to drop chase here. So explain to the folks, because I don't know what this green add-on is.
Yeah, so this is a Rusty Flute. It's something that we don't see often, but I'm pretty sure that is just like basically faster phase walk. So basically like, what was it? Not Windstorm, Swift Hunt for Wraith in a nutshell.
Okay, so like mini mother-daughter's ring then kind of thing.
Kind of. No, it's faster like time it takes to get into. So it's decreasing the time it takes to get into phase walk, that initial time.
Gotcha. Okay, so kind of like the old talisman, or am I just like throwing things in the dark?
You're kind of throwing everything at the wall, but either ways.
Nobody's been hit yet.
Yeah, no one at all.
30 seconds left in the corrupt period. Survivors are just not wanting to hit, not wanting to get slowed down, or that the Thanatophobia not give this killer a leg up and chase. Because we were talking about before, I think the plan would be to kind of like echo what the Deathslinger did and help everybody once, but with the way things are now, I think you have to go for the, like, you know, the OG strategy of tunnel someone out and, you know, set the game in your favor.
Yeah, I think you are right.
Yeah, and taking chase with the Nia, pre-dropping that pallet at 5 gens, but it makes sense as look at how many gens are being worked on. He wants to deny as much slowdown as possible and give your gens a chance to pop. I think we're going to see one just in a couple seconds here. The one they chased Nancy off of.
It would make sense. Nia going back to this pallet. They're just dropping pallets left and right. Spirit trying to get a mind game here, and they do catch the Nia out.
Forcing the pick up so that they can't slug and go for something else. One gen down. I think that was the one that Nancy was on. Obviously, no Scourge hook here. First hook coming in for the Spirits. How many other gens will pop in this meantime? They will be able to get Pop Goes Weasel on this gen. It's going to be super critical as this gen was pretty close to finishing.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of looking at everything here with the second gen popping off. The win condition for the Spirit really is get a fresh hook on every single survivor, plus an additional hook on someone else and the 1K. So it's going to be a tall order with 2 gens already completed. It's surprising to say, but the Deathslinger showing up really well in comparison to Spirit as of this moment in time.
True. I mean, Deathslinger just played very differently. They knew that they couldn't go for traditional strategies. They're like, fine, I will just one hook everybody, and we're going to get the maximum number of points for our buck. And Spirit taking away from the Nancy instead, using that 10%. Adam a little bit caught out here, though. Balance landing. No, that's not balance landing. They might be going down. No, they get to the long wall. Never mind. I thought they were going down there for a second.
I mean, keep in mind, Spirit went out of phase walk are a 110 killer, so it makes a lot of sense. And we see Adam getting caught out here. I do believe this will result in a down and a fresh hook on the Adam. So they are now officially 2 fresh hooks away and a kill from tying up this set.
So the thing is here, they got the down to the Adam. I have not seen hide nor hair of these survivors this whole time. What gen is about to be done? Imagine this one, possibly the one that Adam was working on. Okay, I stand corrected. I have no idea where they are. We didn't hear any gen progress on any of those.
Yeah.
Was survivors resetting? Nope. Okay, they were gonna finish this one. All right, Nia over here. Never mind. I think that was the Adam
gen popping off as well.
That was Adam's gen. But this 3 gen, look at this 3 gen they're left to deal with.
Yeah, it's going to be a tall order, especially as we do know that Noah is in play. Honestly, though, this 3 gen the Spirit kind of keeps in this area could give these survivors enough time to cleanse all the totems.
That's a very good point, too. If it does come to that stall moment, they will have time to go for it. But I don't know. Look at the... This is like, there's no pallet here. It's been used. There's a gen in a corner on a hill. And you've got essentially, you've only got 1 balance landing survivor. Like, what do you do here?
It's going to be a tall order. We see the Adam trying to take aggro off of the A's. Spirit not going to be giving up any of this pressure. We'll be trying to go for Adam, though, with the body block going toward check. Spirit can't commit to this chase.
They can't. No, exactly. They have survivors, I imagine, right now are on a gen in the back. Yeah, you cannot commit here. I am really shocked by this. Well, okay, you hit the Adam here. Oh, you needed to hit that. Oh, no. I think there's a pallet still here, isn't there?
I'm pretty sure there is. Ace will get to drop it too. Adam still very much healthy. Both vaulting, making a ton of distance, and a bit of a light burn on top of which.
True, they needed that hit.
I imagine we see the last gen pop off in just a second. Noed, even if it pops right now, Adam would go down one way or another. So no Noed value being had there. It could have been that the survivors were waiting for that to happen.
That might have been, yeah, you see the haste status effect. Nia with the adrenaline. Ace is nowhere to be found. I don't think I've ever been able to say this. I think that whiff cost them the game. They needed that hit on the Adam to continue the chase, and they didn't get it.
Are right. And I think just also overcommitment into an area where they didn't need to be. As you pointed out, there was a 3-gen, and they just did not opt to defend it. And Spirit, I think, knowing full well that the match is all but over, is committing to the Ace as the last chase. And we'll be seeing the exit gates open here in just a moment.
I believe so. So I'm not going to lie. Millennium survivors have played absolutely out of their mind today like I've never seen before. And they even cleansed the Noed.
Just, you know, rub salt in the wound.
Oh, man. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Millennium has been sweating practices for the past 2 weeks. They have played so well today.
They really have against 2 S-tier killers. I mean, they played very, very strong against both Nurse and Spirit. Surprisingly, the best killer that we saw off of Odium was the Artist, who very much had a very, like, one-sided match. But that being said, that is going to close out today's matches, and Millennium will move on to the finals. Odium, we'll see again tomorrow at 12 p.m. CST for the bronze match. But this means that the crown has been moved, and Odium will relinquish it to the winner of tomorrow's finals between Modern Retro and Millennium.
Not the matches I was expecting to see today. Bit of an upset, if you ask me, and just really comes to show you it doesn't matter until you play the game. If you had told me that a Spirit would have like outperformed a Nurse and then a Deathslayer could have outperformed a Spirit, I wouldn't have believed you. But Millennium showed up and played a fantastic match today. So congratulations and well played. But we will see both of these teams tomorrow in the finals and the bronze match. This has been a great set of matches today.
Indeed, indeed. But that being said, GG, well played to both sides, and congratulations to Millennium once again. But with that being said, we will see you all tomorrow at 12 p.m. CST. As I mentioned earlier, that there will be for the bronze match, and then the finals will be at 2 p.m. So make sure to be here as we will crown the newest champion of the Fog.
We can have a breather at last, Giltspire. Oh, man. But thank you all so much for watching today. If you didn't know, I am joined by Mark, a.k.a. Giltspire. He is an educational streamer. And what are you playing tonight? You're streaming tonight, yes?
I probably won't be playing tonight, you know, taking a bit of time off.
Okay.
I'll be live again on Monday, however, with some Magic the Gathering Arena. But if you're looking for some Dead by Daylight, catch me Wednesday at 7 p.m. CST, as we'll be playing some Killer and Survivor alike. But as well, if you guys haven't already, make sure to stop on by and say hi to Rue. He is the #1 trickster on Dead by Daylight. You would be stupid not to go see what tricks he has in his bag. And that is LittleRugaard. Make sure you spell it right, and we'll see you next time.
Have a great weekend, folks.